created a video about people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s that are stronger, sharper, and fitter than people half their age. I thought it would be interesting, okay? I did another video on how to get that Hollywood physique, right? And I compared it to myself and some of the other Hollywood actors too. I'm a YouTube guy, but I'm not a Hollywood actor, but I know how they do it, you know? And it's not easy, right? Especially if you're trying to get ripped. Woo! You got to literally eat nothing, right? Or you have to eat certain time windows, but you got to like for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, you know, you're like cutting like you're a boxer or something, you know, cutting the weight. The people that I've researched are Frank Grillo, Jason Statham, Hugh Jackman, Ernie Hudson, Neil Marino, Lenny Kravitz, and all those guys have different lives, different routines, but one mission: to age like fine wine without losing a step. Kind of like me, right? But trust me, the steps are not easy to hold on to, because as you get older, you're going to feel it. I don't care what supplements you take and all that, you're going to feel something, right? That's why it's important to understand your body and to take supplements when you need to, right? Certain things, right? And back off on certain things, you know? Like for me, I hurt my sciatic nerve and my ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve is in here. It's in your butt. It's under your bicep, right? And it's in your armpit. And so I've learned that I was overdoing it because this wouldn't heal. I'm not saying this is gone. The sciatic nerve is almost better now. What I'm saying is, just an example, is that I can't do the wide grip pull-ups anymore. I can't do the inner pull-ups because those put pressure right there and it burns when I leave the gym, right? So now what I'm doing at 53 is I'm doing the inner pull-ups, and those don't hurt, right? I'm doing the regular push-ups. I'm trying not to do the wider push-ups. I'm trying to keep my arms in so it doesn't hurt. So what I'm trying to say is that you're going to have to make changes as you get older. And I know we don't want to. We want to keep going hard, but we can go hard, but different ways, okay? So let me break down real quick here what I found, okay, about these people, right? So here, how they train, right? Their mindset and what keeps them pushing forward, right? Like me, I hurt my sciatic nerve. I was out for a month or two. It was tough. I was losing my mind. And so what I'm thinking is that now I know that without exercise, I can't live. Like I literally cannot live without exercise. Like it is so stressful out here in the world with it when you don't exercise, right? So Frank Grillo, right? Martial arts and boxing almost daily, okay? All right. Functional strength that works in real life, all right? So that's what he's doing. He's doing the martial arts and the boxing, right? So you don't want to mess with that dude, right? Jason Statham, he does the HIIT, you know, the high intensity interval training. That's what I do. Heavy lifting and mobility work, okay? I do that too. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like him, right? That's what I do. Hugh Jackman, now that dude's jacked. That's the dude that probably has to fast for 2 weeks or a month to get in the shape he's in for the movies. I'm not saying he's not ripped in real life, right? I'm just saying movie ripped means basically you have like no fat on you at all. And it's weird because you can like feel your ribs, and then you're like, man, I feel weird right now, right? Because you feel your ribs. And it's like, so you got to build your stomach up too, because otherwise your ribs they feel like you can get them cracked. They can get cracked easily, right? So he cycles between strength and conditioning phases. He keeps cardio and recovery balanced. Okay, that's good. Yeah, they probably have the best trainers, the best people to teach them about this stuff, you know. Neil Marino, outdoor workouts, cycling, and strength training. He does variety to keep it fun, right? That's cool. Lenny Kravitz, calisthenics, yoga, and nature-powered training. I do a lot of pull-ups and push-ups and dips. which I don't need any kind of machines or weights or anything. And they're good because they keep my size. Once you get it, you can keep it that way, without having to do all the heavy weights all the time. But you still want to do some weights and stuff to keep your strength and size and stuff. Ernie Hudson, walking, light resistance, and daily movement. So what they all have in common is that they all mix strength, cardio, and mobility. The same formula I use and I share here on this channel. It's not a gimmick, it's a blueprint, right? My channel, what I'm sharing is a blueprint. I went through many diets and many food plans and many exercise programs, and these are the ones that I found that work well too, okay? So what kind of foods do they eat? So that's the kind of exercises they do, right? That's pretty much it, right? Well, Frank Grillo, he eats lean proteins, vegetables, and low sugar, okay? I think low sugar is going to be a big one. You can eat fruits and stuff like that, and maybe a piece of bread and stuff here and there, right? But low sugar, you can't be having candy bars and sodas and stuff if you want to get in the shape you want to get in, and if you want to live long, right? That's going to be a big thing, you guys, is that kind of, and the processed foods, right? So he does, like I say, Frank Grillo, lean proteins, vegetables, and low sugar, right? Jason Statham, whole foods, minimal carbs, and no junk. Hugh Jackman, nutrient time meals for energy and recovery. Neil Marino, balanced natural foods, nothing extreme. Lenny Kravitz, plant forward nutrition or nutrient dense meals. Okay. And then Ernie Hudson, whole foods, hydration, and portion control. They each eat clean, but in a way that they can stick to forever, right? And that's exactly how I approach food, right? Whole, minimally processed meals with the flexibility to enjoy your life still. Harvard Health Approach says this is the real secret to long-term health. So the mindset game. Every one of them will tell you the real battle isn't the gym, it's in your head. Grillo trains even on low motivation days. Yeah, when I take 2 or 3 days off, you guys, it's hard to get back in there. After the sciatic nerve pain, oh my God, I couldn't work out for over a month. I felt like I was just starting over again. It was so difficult to get in there and even lift a finger, let alone walk in that gym, right? But then I started working through it after a few days. Then I can't wait to get back in there, right? Because then I was starting to feel good again, right? Statham, right? He treats each workout like a role he can't fail. Okay. Jackman breaks goals into clear, short-term focused blocks. Marino finds joy in movement itself. Kravitz keeps balance with meditation and quiet time. Hudson says staying active is staying alive. Right. How many times do we hear people that retire and then a few years later they're gone, right? The longevity formula, right? Whether you're a rock star or an action hero or just someone who wants to feel great every day, the formula is the same. Move your body, eat real food, rest well. That's when I've been feeling better lately. I've been resting more. Keep your mind sharp, right? And repeat. So the big takeaway from this, right, is that you can start today. Strength train 2 to 3 times a week. Add cardio or HIIT, which is the high intensity interval training, twice a week. Eat whole foods, colorful foods. Manage stress with mindfulness or outdoor time. And then repeat it forever. If you're ready to take control of your health and age like a legend, hit subscribe. I've got the tips, routines, and real-world strategies to keep you in your best shape ever. No Hollywood contract required. And you can download the strength training workouts, the weight loss workouts, the food plans for different levels. You just have to look through them all. Okay, they're all there, and you just download them. They're all on my Google Drive. All you gotta do is click them and download them. They're free for you, right? And then the motivational quotes I'm putting out every day, 5 days a week. So you'll see little videos every day with quotes, and I just talk about like maybe so you don't forget what you're doing and why you're doing it, and then therefore you just keep going. Okay? Have a great day.